Admiral Zorb Kolaxian sat frozen in his command chair. The bridge of the inevitable conquest was silent, except for the quiet hum of failing systems and distant emergency klaxons echoing from the lower decks. On the main screen, the human face stared back at them, calm, confident, dangerous. "We invite you," the human said in perfect Qualian, "to consider surrender, kindly, before things get worse." Zorb's 5 eyes blinked slowly. His mouth opened, then closed. He looked at Science Officer Flix, who stood quietly, his antenna down. This ... This cannot be, Zorb muttered. They are not real. Humans are myths, children's stories. No, sir, Flix said softly. They are real, and we have just awakened them. 20 hours earlier, Earth invasion begins. The Imperial fleet had launched thousands of dropships into Earth's atmosphere. No resistance was detected, no shields, no orbital weapons. Just scattered structures and crude satellites. The invasion began smoothly, at first . But then something strange happened. Dropship 247 disappeared in a fireball after a small primitive. Flying machine crashed into it. Suicide. That was the first sign. More followed. Imperial troops were ambushed in narrow streets by humans with homemade explosives. Others were lured in by fake surrender signals, white flags, and blown up by hidden bombs. Drones were hacked. Vehicles stolen. Alien weapons turned against their creators. One Qualian squad was overwhelmed by a group of humans using kitchen knives, hammers, and bats. Tools, Flix had said. Humans turn anything into weapons. Now, on the bridge, Commander Craig. Dominar approached the Admiral with a grim face. His exoskeleton had fresh scorch marks. We've lost 70% of Sector 7. Half of our dropships have been destroyed or captured. The humans are using our tech against us. Zorb's skin turned deep indigo stress color. They were supposed to be weak, Zorb hissed. They were supposed to kneel. They're not weak, Craig said. They're human. The Admiral gripped the armrest. We must retaliate. Bombard their cities. We already tried. They shot down our support ships using repurposed mining lasers and chemical rockets. Some crashed ships were stripped in minutes. Their mechanics are rebuilding our tech faster than we can stop them. And the encryption? They cracked it, said the communication officer. They're listening to us. They're learning. Zorb trembled. No species learns this fast. They do, Flix said quietly. The Forbidden's text said so. Flashback, the forgotten truth hours before the invasion. Flix had found something strange in the oldest Forbidden archives. A lost memory. From the ancient empire. A war. Thousands of cycles ago. The enemy? Humans. They were believed extinct. But the old records were clear. Earth had once pushed the Imperium back. Entire fleets were destroyed. One log simply read, "They are not the strongest, not the smartest, but they are the most dangerous. They never stop." Now, Earth fights back. Zorb watched the screen. Another Imperial outpost exploded. One of their commanders had sent a distress call before vanishing. They came out of nowhere. Children threw stones. Old women threw fire. One of them hacked my exosuit using a device made from their smartphone. The transmission ended in static. How? Zorb whispered. They don't even have space travel. They didn't need it, Flix said. They just needed us to come to them. A loud alert interrupted them. The screen changed again. Now it showed humans wearing strange clothes armor, made from scraps of alien metal, holding Qualian plasma rifles. A human girl stepped forward. She looked young, maybe 20 cycles. Her name flashed in alien text. Captain Rue G.A., human resistance leader. She smiled coldly. "We thank you for your donation," she said, speaking their language perfectly. Your ships, your weapons, your arrogance. You gave us everything we needed. Zorb leaned forward. How does she speak our language already? They're fast learners, Flick said. Very fast. Elsewhere, human ground teams strike Imperial barracks in Sector 3 were overrun by a group of humans led by a former software engineer named Han Du-Yun. He was never trained as a soldier, but in 2 days he became a war hero. He reverse engineered the alien command codes and launched captured drones back at the motherships. In Sector 9, a human nurse, Lee Sai-Mi, created combat medicine using alien chemicals. Her field potions kept dozens of fighters alive. Humans didn't wait for orders. They acted, improvised, adapted. They didn't fear death. They used. At that bridge, final decision Zerb's tentacles shook. Commander, what are our options? Retreat, Craig said. That's all. No. Zorb slammed the console. The Emperor will have my head. Better to face the Emperor, Flick said, than the humans. Another message came through, Dot. It was live. A human man with a scar across his face. His name, Colonel Nam Jun Seok. His voice was steady. You came to conquer. We came to survive. And we learned fast. Faster than you ever imagined. Zorb whispered, What do you want? Jun Seok leaned in. We want you to leave. Now. And never come back. Or we finish what you started. Craig turned to the Admiral. Sir, if we stay, we all die. Zorb finally collapsed into his chair. Prepare the retreat signal. All remaining ships. We leave at once. Aftermath, 48 hours later, the Imperial fleet limped away from Earth. Thousands of ships lost. Millions of troops dead or captured. A defeat unlike any in Quellian history. Back on Earth, humans were already rebuilding. They had salvaged alien tech, started reverse engineering their ships. Satellites were launched again this time, human-controlled. QUALI and Dash-Powered.Flix recorded his final report. The humans are not myths. They are real. And more dangerous than any species in this galaxy. They adapt. They resist. They remember. We gave them fire. Now they will bring it to the stars. Epilogue. The warning years later. A new Quellian officer stood in a dusty archive, reading ancient logs. He paused at one entry, written in thick, bold glyphs. Do not provoke the humans. He turned to his mentor. Is it true? The old. Quellian nodded. It's all true. The young officer frowned. But they're just animals, aren't they? The mentor sighed. That's what Admiral Zorb said. Humans were not just a myth. They were a warning.